Hello. Today we are going to learn how I fill in my brows. So you can see these are my natural brows without anything done to them. Okay, and the products that I already have foundation on my face, and I'll link everything that I've used on my face already down below. The products I use to fill in my brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills DIPBROW Pomade, and I am in the color Soft Brown. And with that, I use the Anastasia number 12 brush. This is my favorite brush for filling in my brows. I do have some other ones, but that is my favorite. Along with that, I also use the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro HD Brow Pencil, and I am in the color medium, although I do have medium, blonde, and I believe taupe in this color. And I also have the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but this is pretty much the same. You can see it turns up from the bottom, and then it's got the spoolie on the other end. And I find it to work just as well. Sometimes I like it a little bit better. It's pretty creamy and it goes on well. Some things I may use if I need it is this Sephora Fixator Universal Brow Freeze. This is just if I have some that are kind of out of control, then I might use this wax to kind of hold it down. I might have several brow palettes and powders, but this is just my everyday routine. I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and this is again just if I need to get a little bit of extra help holding them down. But these two products I don't use on a daily basis. And then I also use the Billion Dollar Brows Brow Duo Pencil to conceal. Sometimes I highlight, generally I do not. And to do that, I use the Sigma Concealer F70 brush. Okay, so what I do is I take the spoolie and I kind of just go over and just brush them out. I can brush them up and then just slide them over so they're all separated and nothing's sticking up or sticking out. I generally tweeze my own brows. I do get them threaded from time to time, but that might be maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Alright, so I'm just going to take my brush and dip it in here. And then I start in the center right here. And then I just go out. And I usually don't trace because I'm not too fond of the whole square look. I have before, but I'll just kind of show you. Let me move my mirror here. And so I start in the center. I'm gonna go out. And I just try to get my where I want my brow to end. And then I just kind of fill in. You always want to stay darker on the outside. I kind of just fluff through a little bit just to move the product around. And I do not dip back into the product. I just kind of go through the front here. And then I'll take my, oh, sorry, excuse me. I dropped it. Alright, so then I take my brow pencil. Sorry, I need a little bit more light here. And I go through the front and just with light strokes kind of fill in. For me, most of my shaping is done with the concealer. I'm gonna dip a little bit more in, and I'm gonna go right in here. It's not exactly the way I wanted it. I want a little more shape right there. That's a little too much shape stuff. So I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit because that was a little too much. Okay. Alright, so what I usually do is I go into the Brow Duo, into the concealer end, And I take my brush and I just go across it, and I go up under here, right about there, and I just start to conceal right along my brow line. And what this does is this will hide any extra hairs too. So if you haven't had your brows threaded in a while, and you kind of want, and then I go across the top as well, and you want to kind of conceal some maybe stray hairs, or if you're letting them grow in, then that'll cover. And then I usually do a little bit through here to kind of give it that shape. And then I go back in with my pencil and I just give it the shape I want it to have. Go through. I am a working mom, so when I do my makeup I have to kind of hurry. So I try not to, I can't spend too long shaping them. But this is my everyday look, so you can definitely tell the difference in the two. And I'll go ahead and fill in the other side and we'll just do the same thing. We'll start in the middle and go out to where I want it. I need a little more. Okay, so it gets the basis of where I want the line, or where I want to start filling around. A lot of people will draw around the outside. I like to start from the center, just because I really don't have a high peak in my eyebrow. This is pretty much my natural eyebrow shape that I stick to. I'm just going to conceal a little bit. Take the BH Cosmetics brow pencil and fill in a little closer. The idea of filling in your brows, you want it to be darker towards the outside tail of your eyebrow and lighter on the inside. You can definitely match it if you want, if it's not too dark. I generally am probably the same color from the inside all the way to the outer edge of my eyebrow. Now I'm just going to conceal. That hides all the bottom parts of the hair to give you a nice shape. I never used to conceal, and now that I do, I don't really know how I never concealed before. And I kind of go back and forth. I usually don't do one eyebrow at a time. I go back and forth until they're the same to kind of match them. So this is a little new for me. Alright, and I'm just going to go back in with the brow pencil and shape it up a little bit more around where I used the concealer. You can always just take the concealer. If you mess up, if you bring it too far down, you can use, that's the beauty of the concealers, you can use it to fix up everything. So here are my eyebrows finished. And you can definitely tell the difference. That's pretty much it. Again, sometimes I'll take the wax. I do see one like over here that doesn't want to lay quite right on the edge, and then I just pull that through here. Okay, and then you can take the brow gel and go over. I like to do my eyebrows after my foundation, before my powder. So that's where I am in my routine of doing my eyebrows. And then I just can take that back through and kind of pat it down so it's not so wet. There you go. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. I hope that you'll like my video and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks!